And kids between the ages of 5 to 11 can now get a pediatric version of the COVID-19 shot after the CDC gave its final approval for emergency authorization. But there are a lot of questions over this expansion and what it means for children in that age group and their parents. Joining us now with more perspective is Philip Dube. He is an attorney with the LA County Public Defender's Office with a doctorate in law from Whittier. Hi there, Philip.
How are you?
Thank you so much. I'm doing great on this Saturday. So last month, Governor Newsom said that COVID vaccine would be required for all eligible students by January of next year to be able to attend school, of course. If this mandate would also apply to kids in the ages 5 to 11, would it be any different than the vaccines that are already required in school? Or would parents be able to get around it?
Well, it depends. Generally speaking, no. Just because a parent might have, personal beliefs against vaccinating their kids, that issue has already been litigated in the courts, at least here in California. And frankly, it was even semi-litigated by the U.S. Supreme Court all the way back in 1905. But the short answer, in addition to that, is if the child has a medical condition where the vaccine could endanger the child, then yes, you would get a written attestation from a doctor, and the doctor can seek an exemption for the child. But merely being personally opposed or philosophically opposed in the abstract will not get you an exemption.
How difficult is it exactly to get that sort of exemption? We've heard from a lot of parents that are obviously a little hesitant to get the shot. And a lot of them are inquiring and questioning how hard would it be to get an exemption like the one you mentioned?
Well, you'd have to go see the doctor. You'd have to bring the child to a pediatrician or the family doctor, and they would have to examine the child, look at the child's medical history to see if there could be some type of, side effects or life-altering effects or future side effects from the drug that could endanger the health and safety of the child. And if this kid has any type of medical history where there could be contraindications from the injection, then yeah, the doctor can basically write a letter to the district, and that should resolve it. If not, well, they have rights.
Now, changing gears, starting in January, a new rule will go into effect nationwide requiring businesses with 100 employees or more to have their workers fully vaccinated or get tested once a week. It would impact more than 100 million workers. That requirement is facing a number of lawsuits from Republican-led states. And in fact, just today, the Fifth Circuit Court of Appeals temporarily blocked that vaccine mandate. Do you foresee any of those challenges successfully striking down that rule?
Not yet. And the reason why is that as long as there is legislation on the books authorizing these types of, orders by fiat, if you will, people are going to be pretty hard pressed to strike them down. It's pretty well settled precedent, both in statute and in case law throughout the United States, that, states have rights, frankly. In the United States Constitution, in addition to it including a bill of victims' rights, states also have rights under the 10th Amendment, and that is to pass any laws to protect the health, safety, and welfare of the citizens in the community. And if lawmakers or any lawmaking body within local government deems it necessary and appropriate to include in times of pandemic a mandate to be vaccinated, then so be it. Employers have an incentive to ensure that they enforce these mandates because there are huge penalties that come with it. For each employee under this new mandate, there's a $14,000 monetary fine that can be imposed. Wow. And if the employer is willfully casting a blind eye, it could be up to $135,000 or $136,000 per violation.
Wow. Well, this is obviously something that is rocking a lot of communities and a lot of businesses. And obviously, we're going to keep a very close eye on. Philip Dube with the LA County Public Defender's Office. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you.